I grew up in Bloomington, Indiana. I was the youngest of 6 kids. My family was always in and out of church, but I grew up hearing a lot of the gospel, but I didn't believe for myself. I believed in my head. I took pride in the fact that I knew all of the right answers, but my heart was in darkness. Shortly after high school, I got married, and we started using drugs together. About a year into the marriage, we found out that she was pregnant. She had the baby, and we took care of him. We raised him together, but he had health problems. He had Down syndrome. He was in the hospital for the first 6 weeks of his life. He had health complications. He ended up dying. I did not cry out to the Lord at that time. My wife and I, during this time, we got more into drugs, especially after the baby died. I began to feel more alone in life as I began to leave my family, as my wife and I, as our relationship fell apart. The drug use got more and more increased to the point where I quit my job in exchange for stealing every day. My day would be waking up, stealing, using, sleeping in the car. Eventually, the law did catch up with me, and I went to prison. In prison, all the things I had done were shown to me for what they really were. They're no good. This is where what you do, this is where how you think you should live takes you. A couple weeks after being out of prison, I confessed that I needed something. I need Jesus to save me from myself, from my sins. As soon as I humbled myself before God and asked Him for His help and said, I need you, I read the Bible, and it was like the first time I'd ever read the Bible, even though I grew up reading the Bible. Clearnote was a place where I experienced hope, where I experienced the ability to not hide myself and who I was, but a place where I could actually unburden myself, a place where I could tell people who I really am and what I really struggle with and where I fall short. I can tell them my weaknesses, and they will help me to overcome them through the power of Christ. They believe in the power of the gospel. They believe that there is growth for a believer through Jesus, that you can overcome your sin. And I've seen that in my life, in my time with the church. I have overcome my sin. I looked for community. I looked for people to trust, to people who could really see who I was and still love me. That's what I wanted my whole life, and I found it in the body of Christ. Everything that I've ever looked for has been given to me in Christ through His church, and I'm thankful for it. It's the best blessing that anyone could receive, to be forgiven and to be brought into the family.